Well, that was really bad. Let's go again. I kind of just want to, like, try runs today. I'm going to practice a whole bunch between today and tomorrow, but, like, I'll try another run. I'm looking to just get a feel. So. What if I added one more? I want to run Bug Limit too. I might just, like, go through, like, all the glitchless categories while I'm waiting for 100% to sort itself out, because I don't think there's any other glitched category I really am interested in running. Right, like what glitched categories right now exist, right? And, like, is there anything even that's not on the leaderboards that I'd want to run? Like, what sounds fun other than 100%? All Masks seems decent, and ADR seem decent. That also seems decent. Everything else is like no. I'm talking about, like, the SRM stuff, Timper. Low percent we can still do one day. Five items? Not looking to do 5 items. %, is in a state of perpetual rerouting. I am playing with a GameCube controller. I'm playing on the Wii, so the Wii natively supports GameCube, and it's also just like my preferred controller over an N64 controller. DF, I'm hoarding GameCube controllers, alright? Like, the way Nintendo is, you never know if they're gonna release them ever again. If there's ever another wave of GameCube controllers, I might just buy 10. So that I'm, like, set for life. As it is right now, I have this one that Cha-Cha gave me, and then I have 2 backup Smash controllers that are both Smash Ultimate ones, because Smash 4 ones suck hard. I want that. I'm not going back for that rupee. Will I regret it? Not looking like it. Alright, if this game ever comes out on the Switch and it supports single Joy-Con, I will do a run with single Joy-Con. You heard it here. Dude, we don't even need to quote it. No one's gonna forget. I mean, if it happens, I'll do it too. I'll do it. Do not be concerned. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to play with the single... Is there even enough buttons on that thing? Wait a minute. How many buttons does a single Joy-Con have? It's gonna have an analog stick, it's gonna have 4 face buttons, I think it has an L and an R. Does it have, 2 LRs? Does it have, like, ZL, ZR? I think it does. I think so too, Bun. I did some, like, dumb stuff because... I don't know. I did, like, Too many times I bonked the corner and fell because of that, but that one's easy to avoid. You should never bonk the corner like that. A lot of my errors were pretty silly. With the last Lullaby Skip, they're very easily avoidable. I think the problem with single Joy-Con is, like, what would be the C buttons? You don't have a second analog stick, and you don't have anything that could take its place. Well, I mean, you could do the two... I guess you could do the 2 C buttons like we already do with GameCube controller, or not, like the X and the Y button. One of the Z's, so just like normal, and then C up you could just bind to something random. You'd have to find something random for C up. Maybe like ZL or something. Shaking the Joy-Con. So if you ever accidentally shake the Joy-Con, you're gonna talk to Tattle, vidya? Think about that? Yeah, OMG a Tree a couple years back did a task of all masks where you start with Goron already and you start with Hookshot, so that way you can just like Goron missile everywhere to like demonstrate what it would be like. You can probably find it on YouTube if you just search like all masks tasks OMG a Tree. Probably would do it. Goron Missile anywhere would be, like, really interesting in MM speedruns, because, like, at the same time I want it, but I also don't want it. It would be extremely powerful, and it would immediately become, like, a dominant trick in the run if there was, like, almost no restrictions on how it and when it could be used. But, at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because it's not too difficult to use with some practice. There's, like, nothing, I think, inherently unfun about it, other than, like... if you want, like, the fast-forward ones, those need to be buffered. It might result in a lot of buffering, or just, like, a lot of frustration for people new to the trick, actually. I'm not sure. What am I doing, man? I need to go to the rupees first. Now it's gonna be 2 extra load zones. I'm still like very, very used to chest and in. So I'll have to do another load somewhere. It is temper. Alright, so I'm really dumb and did things out of order, so I have to do 2 extra load zones instead of 1. But if I did it correctly, it should have only been 1. And let some muscle memory take over. I don't know, Timber. I don't know what my plans are at the moment for, like, anything. I certainly I think I will. Oh, you know what? I should finally put the plushes on the windowsill. Alright, so we still need What do we still need? Alright, I found Emolga. But then where... Alright. There you go. So that was Destiny Heroes, which Omni chose for, and I'm not sure if either of them are still here. Let's go. This run is so bad. This Ocarina time is worse than the last. It's crazy. Well, I mean, I guess last time I got really good rupee luck in intro. I have never played that version of the game. I've only played the original Radiant Historia. I've not played Perfect Chronology. But the original Radiant Historia is actually like one of my favorite games. I rank it very, very high on the list of 2D JRPGs, for sure. Yeah, I played the original. So, okay, from what I hear, they changed a lot of things in Perfect Chronology, and most of them were good changes. There's like one big change that people don't like though in perfect chronology for that played the original, and it's art style changes to the character silhouettes. A lot of the original character silhouettes for characters when they're speaking in the original Radiant Historia, they have like a darker, grittier, and like not as clean look to them. And that was intended because it fits like the theme of the game. But they made them look like a lot cleaner in perfect chronology, and a lot of fans didn't seem to be on board with that. And when I saw them, I wasn't really on board with it either. I thought the originals looked better. And they also, and this is probably the thing that people dislike the most, they completely redesigned one of the characters. Their sprite in-game is completely different in addition to their character silhouette being changed. And nobody likes that change. And I don't either. I think it's a really bad change. Hey, Mushroom! I am a little bit rusty, Mushroom, but I am doing my best. The original, though, TMZ, doesn't have voice acting. The new one having voice acting is really, really good. I think, from what I've heard of the voice acting, it's high quality. The wider field of view in the top screen of a 3DS is actually really nice for that game. Field of view in the original game is a problem. It comes up often where like enemies will surprise you from off screen, or the field of view is so small that you get lost because you don't see as many landmarks as you're walking around, and like you can't see the entire path, so you'll get lost on like just a path. But the wider field of view in perfect chronology basically eliminates that because you can see the entire path at all times. That's what I know about it, at least. Again, I haven't played it, but just from what I've seen, those issues should be solved. My perfect chronology? Oh no, Bon. It's like easier to work, Bon, for sure, like when you're... It's like part of your schedule, and then as soon as you take a break, it's always the hardest to go back. Bad equip. I really should equip those bombs when I'm equipping Ocarina. I'm not in the habit of it yet. My god. People are mad about that, TMZ. Don't even... People think that should just be included as part of the base game. Like, you shouldn't have to pay for the old version. I mean, I say people are mad about that, but like 10 people have played Radiant Historia. Dude! 3 bomb drops! What? Thanks again, Ferris. Dang, am I really Brazzers guy? Dude, Brazzers hasn't even sponsored me. I feel like I need to be proactive, right? I need to send the Brazzers clip to someone at Brazzers and see what they say. No one's ever gonna forget the Brazzers clip, too. It is just part of my legacy at this point. It's been like almost 5 years since that clip happened. It's never gonna go away. I've just accepted it at this point. I don't think it did TMZ. But the big thing that I would then pose, if the facial expressions are important and good to you, is what if they added, like, variations on the old sprites with facial expressions? What then? Oh, absolutely, TMZ. Is like one of the highest damage characters in the game. For sure. She is pretty nutty, as they say. No! Alright, here we go. Let us... Ooh! We got the fast one! This is a rainbow.
Bloggers, bro!
That trick is also new, Vidya. It is indeed. Alright, well, you know what? That was all very slow. I need to try and make that a bit faster. That method of Big Octo Skip wasn't really known about until this year, I think, Vidya. And when it was found, there was like discussion about whether or not it should be allowed. And ultimately it was allowed. Right, because I mean, there were like, that exact same method of Big Octo Skip works with like using a bomb to do a long jump, but obviously the long jump method is banned in Glitchless, but then just jumping from the lily pad was found. This run is certainly better than the last one. This run is really fun. Dude, even Lullaby Skip is fun to do. It's just a little stressful, and unfortunately, there's RNG. Like, when you get owned by RNG, it's not fun. But when you get good RNG and everything goes according to plan, actually performing it is, like, actually fun, because it's challenging. But as soon as you get past the slope, it's, like, entirely on you. Right? There's like, no RNG anymore once you get up the slope. Right? Because you always have to assume that the fastest win cycle is coming, so it doesn't matter what RNG you get, because you have to assume the fastest one. So you're always playing like it's the fastest one. So, like, getting good or bad RNG, like fast and slow win cycles, does slightly matter, because if you get a slow one, you end up waiting a bit more.
Cloggers, bro!
But that's it. I don't subscribe to any of that, like, thinking TMZ. I prefer the old one because I think it fits the tone of the game more, if that makes sense. That is, like, it. I also just do not like Erica's redesign. Erica's redesign comes off to me as, like, generic princess. So much more in line with, like, the designs of, like, a lot of other princesses in media. I do not share that sentiment, TMZ, but I also just, I see nothing wrong with liking the new art style. I just don't as much as the old one. Like, it doesn't ruin it for me, but I definitely prefer the old one. Oh, thank God it's a stick. Dude, that's so stupid. No, the Deku knot. Are you kidding? Yeah, but I liked her old hairstyle. I was a fan. You don't understand. I played the original. I was attached. Getting the stick doesn't really matter, Farrahs. In fact, getting the stick is faster. So getting the stick is good RNG. The nut is bad, though. Because by getting the stick there, I can skip the stick here. And that... The stick I got from the Deku Scrub is faster than getting the one from the pot. Because the pot I actually have to actively go out of my way to hit. Whereas if it comes from the Deku Scrub, it literally just doesn't interrupt what I'm doing in the slightest. Getting a Deku Nut is bad because if you get your first Deku Nut drop as a Deku Scrub, it's forced slow text boxes. Whereas if you get your first Deku Nut drop as any other form, it's fast text. So getting your first Deku Nut drop as a Deku actually loses 3 to 4 seconds. I mean, it just comes down to personal preference. Like, I'm not saying that the remake is bad. Like, the remake is definitely an upgrade over the original. Like, adding voice acting and, like, updating a lot of the sprites, the silhouettes, new content. Bigger screen actually just ends up being huge in that game as well. Like, there's no doubt Perfect Chronology is, like, the better version of the game, almost certainly. But it's just, like... I don't know, it's, like, controversial that, like... The big thing is that they had the old art and they could have just included it, because they're making, like, you know, a updated version of the game, and they're updating stuff and they're changing it drastically, and you already have the old assets, and instead you, like, resell them, you know what I mean? It kind of comes off as, like, scummy. Right? Like, the old stuff should still just be available as, like, an option. Right, it's like the Xenoblade Chronicles remake. Literally, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition has new versions of so many of the songs, and yet they also keep the option to, like, listen to any of the old ones if you want. Like, you can change it. It's all there in the remaster to make, like, the ultimate version of the game. Right? Like, I don't understand, like, why you remake or re-release a game or remaster it, and you add in new stuff, and then the old stuff that was already there you take out. That is just, like, basically what I'm not a fan of. I don't think that should ever be taken out. Alright, the option, if you want to, like... Really, it just, like, what it comes down to is, like, I don't know why it's, like, ever a bad idea to create options for people, right? Like, I don't think there's, like, anything wrong with complaining about, like, there's nothing wrong with adding new stuff, even if it's stylistically different, but then, if you do, why are you removing the old stuff from the game? Why is it not an option? Right? You're trying to create the ultimate version of a game that people played years ago and loved. Right? So if you're gonna add new stuff, you should always leave the option for people to choose what they like more. That way they really can play the ultimate version of the game that only has things they like. We're talking about a remake of a DS game released on 3DS, though, Zuner. There's probably no memory concerns, really. I dropped my bomb late. And, like, the thing is, Zuner, that you may have missed... Dang, slow. Okay, yeah, I definitely should have dropped the bomb. But yeah, the thing that you may have missed, Zuner, is, they re-released the old stuff that should have been in the game from the start as DLC. They sold it to you. Bananas. You know, Bananas, I wouldn't be against that. I think the situation is a little bit different because of the severe difference in the power of the consoles that the two games came out on. But I would be in favor of the original sprites being there. That being said, with Pokemon remakes, they're almost new games. So, in that case, it's like a little bit harder to make that argument that I'm making. Right? Like, I don't think Fire Red, Leaf Green need to have the old sprites because they're almost their own games. Because they're so significantly different. But that is, like, a good example where, like, it kind of becomes iffy, and I can understand why my argument probably isn't, like... My argument probably isn't a good blanket statement, but we're talking about games that were released on the DS and then the remaster on the 3DS, right? And, like, most of the 3DS remaster uses the original game's assets, right? So you're already using most of the original game's assets. It's not completely new, like Fire Red and Leaf Green are. And you decide to pick and choose certain assets that are not there in the remaster and replace with completely new ones, and then sell back the old ones as DLC, right? That's kind of where I think the distinction is. You make a good point, though. Vidya, thank you so much for the 63-month resub. Well, not including the Battle Frontier and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and then the reason that they gave for that is, like, complete and utter nonsense. I don't think anyone bought that. The reason that they gave for not including the Battle Frontier and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, there was an interview, I forget with who, I think it was with just, like, the director of the Pokemon company, or maybe Game Freak. Someone high up, though. It was someone high up. You can probably find it, where they said that people do not have time for the difficulty that the Battle Frontier presented, and most people would not play it because of how difficult it was. Therefore, it wasn't worth the time to put in for the few people that would play it. That's what was said. And then they made a reference to mobile phones. So yeah, everyone's on their phone nowadays. No Battle Frontier for you. That interview's been out for years, and nobody has ever... I've never heard of anyone saying it was a mistranslation. Like, that interview is so many years old. It's so many years old. Oh my god. It is Poke. I know, Ferris, I do it all the time, man. It's a really bad habit of mine. Like, I didn't even beat the Battle Frontier in Emerald for the first time until literally like 2 years ago, right? Like, I did it on stream. The VODs still exist and everything, and like, that was my first time doing it. It took me until I was like 21, 22 to beat the Emerald Battle Frontier. But I did it. It was really fun. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad it was in the game. It represented something for me to work towards, and something that I knew that I wanted to do, even when I was like younger and not good enough to do it. This is the second run of the night. The first run had a very unfortunate Lullaby Skip that I tried to continue through, but unfortunately, I did not have enough in-game time to complete the run. I mean, one thing that Pokemon has always lacked that would also fix their problems and make the entire game better is just difficulty options. Right? If you don't want to invest a lot of development time into making like really, you know, diverse difficulty options, you could literally just make it like everything on a lower difficulty is a lower level, and just like call it a day. Right? If you don't want to spend too much time like kind of balancing these different difficulty options, you could actually just do that. Alright. We're gonna have to put this conversation on hold, because we have a thing to do. Ah, no. We're gonna go here. I need to swerve a little bit. Here I don't need to swerve, but... Is it even worth using Goron there? I could have just stayed where I was. DF, you need to be a part of this. You know what? That was not bad. Wasn't perfect, but it was not bad. Where's the okay, the text is gonna show up after the block, I guess. Isn't that a glitch? Is that I mean, I'm not recording with this run, but I think I need to try to intentionally avoid doing that. Dude, really? The discussion started about Radiant Historia, which is a DS JRPG that I really like. And now it's Pokemon. Everyone knows Pokemon a bit more than Radiant Historia. Radiant Historia is like a little bit... I don't know. Not many people got Radiant Historia. I don't think it sold well like either time it released. Which is sad, because I think it's a really good game. If you like JRPGs, unfortunately you don't get to play Radiant Historia because it costs $1 million, so forget I mentioned it. If you want perfect chronology right now, you have to pay, I think $70 for a 3DS game. Oh, if the digital version's on the eShop, though, is that one still at release price? I'm a little bit nervous to try this with crit health. I don't think I'm going to. I usually fail it. We're gonna play it safe again. Lose only a few seconds. Okay, there goes my earbud. Goodbye. Okay, if Perfect Chronology is on the eShop, then if you like JRPGs, especially 2D JRPGs, you should go play it. Like, I actually do not think you will be disappointed if you like JRPGs. It's like top tier JRPG. The OST in Radiant Historia is really good. It's unfortunately a little bit small, due to, I think, limitations on the original DS, but the remake on 3DS adds a few new songs. So, there is that. But I think, like, every song that's in Radiant Historia is good. The biggest thing that can be held against it is the OST is very small, due to limitations on the DS. Like, I think it's only like 20 songs or so, Poke. 20, 25, 30? Definitely no more than 30. So, like, you will hear some songs repeated. Right, throughout the game. You will hear some songs reused for multiple cutscenes and whatnot. Thanks, Zuner. Yo, I forgot about new Pokemon Snap, Blue. Why do you have to go and remind me? It still worked. Okay, I pulled that bomb a little bit late, but I kind of adjusted. I didn't adjust enough, but it just barely worked. Alright, in-game time is good this run. The run's not gonna die for in-game time related reasons this time. Wait, what am I doing? Shoot the arrow. I'm surprised we got a new Pokemon Snap, considering... Well, okay, actually, no. It could make sense that we're getting a new Pokemon Snap. So there was also an interview about why they weren't making a new Pokemon Snap game, and the reason for that was a lot less dumb than Battle Frontier. The reason back in the Wii U era that they did not make a new Pokemon Snap was they said they didn't want to make a new one unless they could really add something onto the original. They didn't just want to, like, retread with, like, better graphics. That's what they said. Which is a better reason.
Loggers, bro!
It's not a great reason, but it's a better reason. Because I think sometimes when a series has been dormant for so long, like, some people just want to see, like, the same thing, maybe a bit longer with better graphics and new Pokemon, right? Like, it's been so long that some people don't necessarily require you to do that to be satisfied with a new game. But it's still, like, a decent reason. Also, I do kind of feel like the gamepad was enough reason in and of itself, right? If you were taking pictures of the gamepad, that kind of... I kind of agree with you, TMZ. So, again, not a great reason. Better than the Battle Frontier. Yo, they have that, God, you know that Mario Kart thing with, like, the camera where you get, like, the physical Mario Kart toy and you drive it around your house, and it's an actual game using the camera? What if they gave you a peripheral that connected to your Switch that was like a camera, and it just placed Pokemon in the world, and you went around taking pictures of it, and then you'd go back to your game, and you could do stuff with them? I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas, TMZ. Just throwing out ideas. Pokemon Go, but with a camera. No, you don't understand. What if we have to, like, because in Pokemon Snap, you're on a track, right? You're on a track that you're just advancing along without any control. You have to create a track, right? So instead of, like, a camera, you have, like, the cart that Todd rides in Pokemon Snap, right? And you have to make a track for it, and then Pokemon appear on the track. There you go. All right, that's how we correlate the Mario Kart thing. Between the two, I would definitely like the jumbo-sized Whalelord more than the Psyduck. But I'm not gonna get either because they are expensive. Yo, I really want VR to become, like, super affordable. And I really want, like, a lot more VR-supported games. Like, I actually, like... Before I even knew what VR when I was a little kid, I wanted VR. Right? I was, like, a little kid and I did not know what VR was. Or, like, even what the concept was. But I knew that I wanted, like little 6-7-year-old Trev person wanted to be, like, inside games, right? I was obsessed with games when I was younger, and I still am. And, like, I would love that. Like, VR is something that I grew up wanting, right? And it's not there yet, but I really hope that within my lifetime, VR becomes huge. I really do. That... God, I'm not sure. It's, like, really close. Like, that was almost certainly, like... It was almost probably in range. As of right now, though, if I were to get a VR headset, there's, like, no games in VR that I really want to play. Right? It would need to expand outward, and it doesn't really encompass, like, much I want to play. I feel like Beat Saber would be a good meme, though. I used to play a lot of rhythm games. Or I kind of got introduced to rhythm games through Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and then I tried a couple more out, and I liked them as well, and I played them for a little bit, too. I might like them, but other than that, there's not, like, much that grabs my attention. And in contrast to my opinion about VR, I actually hate augmented reality. I am, like, so disinterested in augmented reality, I could not care less. Nothing that's, like, augmented reality just, like, inherently does not grab my attention. Right, some people are really into it, and that's fine. It's just like, God, you know, I don't want my video games in the real world, alright? I want my, video games as disassociated from the real world as much as possible. Yeah, my Pokemon Snap idea is kind of AR, but it's just kind of like a meme. Right? I just thought it would be a nice gimmick, right? It's not something that, like, I actually want. I just thought it would be funny. It would be kind of funny. I might even play that, but, like, AR, like, augmented reality is not something I really am looking for. Also, I should really do this. Just thought of this. I inverted super early, but then my Lullaby Skip was good, so I really should have uninverted a little bit sooner than I did, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Now, because I had to invert in this split and not after Opponent's song, we're gonna skip it. Optimally, I uninvert in the next split, but for now, this is fine. Hey, yo, Mons. Like, what is the next step for VR? Right, like, what I'm thinking about for VR that, like, probably makes the most sense as the next step is, like, a controller in your hand that gives you, like, real feedback when you touch things. Right? Right, like, integrating the sense of, like, touch into the experience, right? You go to sight to touch, and then... I don't know where you go from there. Like, what, like, I know where you could go from there, I'm just like, what makes, like, logical sense as the next step? How expensive is that stuff, Elderface? And is it, like, large and cumbersome? I mean, I'm totally down for that sort of thing. If I had money, I might even buy it, Elderface. I'm just curious. Wait, how does brain control work? The very concept intrigues me. Ah, don't. Really? Even with that bonk, I think this can 46. Yeah, it can. By 1 frame. Dang, that actually would have been a really good time then if I hadn't bonked. It would have been like a mid 46. I don't know, man. Sometimes with my gameplay, it, like, calls into question whether I control anything with my brain. You know what I mean? There's some doubt. Is Stadia still alive? I mean, I guess Google has enough money to keep it alive however long they want, but it shouldn't be alive, is what I'm getting at. It's like the concept of Stadia isn't even bad, it was just executed in like the worst possible way. Right, if you want me to like pay for a subscription, or like yeah, you're paying for temporary access to a game on a Google server for full price. That's Oh yeah, wait, wasn't that a thing? Didn't they say negative latency? Oh yeah, no. I don't like the concept either. When I buy a game, I want to own it. I absolutely want to own it. I want to be able to play it for years to come. I don't want to pay for temporary access to a game ever. Right? Because here's the thing, like, the only games that you would ever want to pay to have temporary access to are, like, games you know you only want to play once, but a lot of the time when you go into playing a new game, you don't know if you're only going to want to play it once. You don't know how much you're going to like a lot of the games you're going to buy. Right? You suspect that you're going to like them, and then sometimes you like them less than you thought, and sometimes you like them more than you thought. And there's a lot of games that I went into not knowing I would want to play more than once that I ended up being like, wow, I know I'm going to want to play this game again someday. It's a really good game. That actually happened with Hades. I bought Hades, expecting, like, not sure what to expect. Like, I suspected I might like it, but I wasn't sure how much. And I think Hades might be, like, one of my top played games on Steam right now. To be quite honest, Hades is partially responsible for why I fell behind on my homework. Yo, I distinctly remember nights where I was playing Hades where I'm like, okay, I'm only gonna do one more run. Like, right? Because it's like a roguelike game where each run only takes like 30 minutes-ish, less when you're good. And I kept saying like, only one more run, then I'm gonna go to sleep. Only one more run, then I'll do my homework. And I think I ended up playing Hades for like 12 hours straight, like my second night playing it. It wasn't suddenly it's 5 a.m. Cougar, it's like suddenly it's noon, is what happened to me. Like, unironically, that is actually what happened. Okay, thank God that hit. Alright, well this is... They're gonna cost 70 next generation, Pharaohs. Games as a service should, like, cost, like... Honestly, games... If you're selling microtransactions in your game and they're the primary way you plan to make money, your game should be, like, $5, $10 or even free. Right? Like, I will never support $60 entry fee for a game with, like, hundreds of dollars worth of microtransactions that they're pushing. Right, if you only have a few microtransactions, it's not bad, and I wouldn't argue that, but, like, if it's your main revenue stream, the entry fee should be almost nothing, if not nothing. Oh, I don't either. I don't really support those games. I think I own exactly one game with microtransactions. And it is the Crash Team Racing remake that they added microtransactions in after I bought it. It wasn't in there on release. Messed up, man! Well, I guess Smash technically does. I mean, no, well, Smash is actually just full-fledged DLC, though. Right? Smash has the more traditional DLC package, right? Which is different from microtransactions. Whoops. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, the Mii costumes. I forgot about those. Never mind. No, you're right, you're right, you're right. Alright, so it has traditional DLC and microtransactions. Never mind. See, I care about the Mii costumes so little, though, that I didn't even remember that they existed. But they do exist, so, yeah. Microtransactions are like a touchy subject. some people, like, microtransactions, like, actually abuse a lot of people, though. There are a lot of people who, like, lack self-control, and, like, no matter what they do, it's, like, really hard for them to, you know, resist the urge of microtransactions, right? Like, some people, when you hear about this, like, some people will be like, well, that's their fault, they can't control themselves, but, like, and they should be able to, but, like, a lot of time, like, people's personality, and, like, just the way they are, like, they find it very difficult to resist, right? It's just, like, some people actually have it harder than others, right? And microtransactions, like, you need to protect those people from microtransactions because they have very little that they can do, right? Like, I don't really believe in, like, blaming the consumer in that situation because some people actually are just, like, predisposed to be extremely vulnerable. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I feel like I'm doing, like, I don't understand this completely, but I know enough because I know somebody like this. It just doesn't really feel right how that kind of person is preyed upon. So I have an extra stick, right? Don't I have an extra stick? No, I only have the one. Okay, I should definitely shoot the arrow first. I thought I could get away with that and then just run up. Arrow first, then stick jump slash, then crouch step. Yes, Creedy, as you submitted your channel points, I actually snuck into your house and took money out of your wallet. That's how it's a... What? That is how it is a microtransaction. No, wait, what am I doing? I have to assume that my mashing was just, like, really slow there. Like, that had to be what happened there. I did skipping the Lullaby Skip, gents, and it was decently fast in the manner in which I skipped. One might even say I was practically skipping up that slope, gents. Truly. pretty bad. I'm really sorry you had to hear that. I mean, that bomb drop's nice, but I don't need it. I'll get it anyway, though. My bomb count is tight without it, but with it, it's not tight at all. Okay, I mean, I guess I'm not getting those bombs because I went in the completely wrong direction. But like I said, I don't need them. They are not necessary to the cause. So that's fine. Ooh, that was fast. All right. I'm gonna grab the bombs. God, I never want to do the time trials in Mario Odyssey ever again. Way too much shaking of the controller, man. Way too much shaking. Alright, Poke, I will. Oh, there's more text. I forgot. I'm dumb. Thanks, Timber. Have a good night yourself. Dang, I got DM'd by a user on Discord trying to sell me a League of Legends Smurf. hand-leveled lifetime warriors. Huge plays. Yeah, my GameCube is actually the Gale of Darkness one as well. It's pretty sick. I am a big fan. Yeah, I don't have the Gale of Darkness disc anymore, but... Yo, my freshman year at university, I had a roommate who had the Game Boy extension thing for GameCube, and I should have tried to buy it off him. I should have tried to buy it off him. I actually regret it to this day. Because I do not have one. And, like, he wasn't really a gamer, is the thing. So I definitely could have bought it off him. He had the disc, too. He had both. He had both. Like, he had everything to make it work. But also, if you have the Game Boy player, I'm pretty sure there's something you can do to get it to work without the disc, anyway. It's just like a little bit of extra effort. Why are you climbing the ladder? Yeah, that's not worth $40, Lou. They should be paying you to take that trash. Nice. Perfect, perfect. Maybe I could also get it a little bit closer to the door, but that's, like, pretty risky. You have to, like, get the angle just right, or else Big Poe can die out of bounds. What a copy pasta that was. Oh, this. These are very good axe names. I approve of all of them. I don't know what a good mirror shield is. That's 139. It's not great. That's for sure. I know exactly several places where this run is improvable, but it can't be that bad.
Hop, yo, including.
Reese's, thank you so much for the 36-month resub. 3 years. That is a pretty long time. What the heck? Have I known you for that long? I wouldn't describe it like that, Reese's. Yes, and in all that time, Poke, I still won't open your videos. Never before have I heard of such a tragedy. That's so sad, man. I was hoping I could beat him by just... The other one? Alright, well that kinda sucked. Double dragonfly. It's the Dragonflies coming to stop me from taking the world record.
Hop, yop, including.
That's weird. Oh my god. Dude. I've had enough. Okay. That was really bad.
Loggers, bro.
So, like, what happened there is I did not react appropriately to Adalwa delaying his initial slash, right? The strat I wanted to go for there was, you know, at the very beginning of the fight, he always times his first slash at the exact same time, except for when he decides to delay it briefly by doing a little dance instead. And I didn't react fast enough to the dance. Yo, Reese's, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Poke. That is very generous of you. You're a tread person simp. Me too, me too. That equip should probably be done with a double page turn. Zora first, then Ocarina and Egg. I think that would make more sense. Can I ever top Electabuzz, Ferris? How can I ever top? I don't know if I can. I do, Lou. I have both. I forgot. That was a bad pause. The software is called Nintendo Spy for my input display. You do need a hardware component as well, but you can also make it yourself if you have, like, any knowledge in making that sort of thing. I don't make a big deal of it anymore, TMZ, but that trick's kind of hard. Not gonna lie. I think there will be runs where I fail that trick. Dude, I'm gonna stream more. I'm caught up on my homework. I have no reason to not stream more this week. No excuse. Can I get the really fast strat here? That was okay. It can be faster than that. I kind of grinded the wall a little bit. Channel point gambling? I have no way to implement that because I have no way to give channel points. Oh wait, there's a new feature for it? Okay, wait, I might have to look at it then. Does the gambling take place in the chat, though? I don't want to, like, fill the chat with, like, people doing the channel point gambling. Oh, okay. Okay, then I'll look at it then. But,
Yeah.
Wait, Reese's, thank you so much for the $6. Oh my god. I feel bad actually because I miss a lot of the donations that use Streamlabs because I'm not used to getting them. But this time I heard the In honor of 3 years, here's $2 per year. Trev Smug, Trev Shades. Alright. Thank you very much. Make it... God, Electabuzz should be a donation alert. Like me doing the Electabuzz impression. Why have I not thought of this before? It would have to be for a high number, though, right? It would have to be... It would, You wouldn't be getting that one easily, but we could do that, and I probably should do that. I think I will do that. Electabuzz is... It's 125? Alright, $125. That's a lot. But $12.50 is definitely, like, way too cheap. Like, people would actually just spam it. Thanks for the 125 bits, Reese's. I mean, maybe Reese's, maybe. But if I do it for you, Reese's, everyone's gonna want it. That's just... I mean, I'd be doing Electabuzz all day. Triple threats. Oh no. I don't need those bombs. I don't need them. Don't need them. Alright, so what's the upcoming equip? It's, I think it's just Zora Goron Hookshot, right? Yeah. Why does my earbud keep falling out? I think I have done Charge-a-Bug, right? I feel like I have done Charge-a-Bug. I'm on PB pace right now. pretty sick. My PB got New Wave Bossa Nova at 156.45. I forgot to split for it, but I was definitely there before 156.45. The best way to know is, assuming I make no major mistakes on my way to Ice Arrows, my PB got Ice Arrows at 205.10. Yeah, isn't Reggie Alecki, or whatever it's called, faster than Deoxys speed? No, I got memed! Oh, you're supposed to do the Goron Pound. The Goron Pound prevents that from happening. I forgot. That's my bad. This is what you get for taking a break. No. That wouldn't have happened if I did the Goron Pound. That's my fault. Open the door! $11 bombs left. That's okay. What did I say my Ice Arrow time was in PB? Oh, that was late! Okay, one double missed. Really? That didn't double. Okay. Can I get this one? Okay. Not a perfect fight. Not super bad, though.
Cloggers, bro!
Okay, I need one bomb drop, and I have enough bombs for the rest of the run. Alright, we're good to go. Dude, I hate that. That's so dumb, man. I'm pretty sure you can avoid that by just not roll jumping. I forget. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure I've never had that happen to me with a regular jump. It might also just be some other factor, though. Like, I'm pretty sure you can also avoid that by, what is it? It might also be possible to avoid that by jumping onto the right side of the ice block. I've only had it happen on the left. I really do not know the underlying cause. No, dude. I was getting this fine in practice. There we go. So this split's been kind of mediocre so far. I've probably lost like 20, 30 seconds already. Probably more like 20. But, at Ice Arrows, I was 3 minutes ahead of my route PB. And my route PB is only like a minute and a half behind my real PB. Oh wait, I'm gonna go for something new I learned to do, and if I get it, it's super sick, but the timing is kinda tight. It's no. Okay, that's what I normally do, it's not what I was going for. If you fail it, you just get the old strat. That's the old strat. The new one's better. I messed it up. Dang it! It's kinda hard, it's kinda hard. In practice, I was getting it consistently, Merm. I figured out how to do it, but I only just figured it out today, so I'm outside of like a practice environment where I can do it over and over. I don't have like the feel for it, but I think I know how to do it consistently. entirely sure on your meaning, Conk. What do you mean? Because, I mean, in general, it gets, like, stricter the better you get. Unless you mean something else. Oh, so I'm supposed to get the magic earlier? Near... in the main room? Yeah, I mean, if you do runs again, Merm, I can show you what I discovered about doing it. I learned it from watching Ragan, because he did it, and I watched his inputs, and then I started messing with it, and then I got it like 10 times in a row. I mean, there was a sharp increase in the difficulty of PBing when my time was like back when I first started Glitchless, it got really hard around like the 250 range to keep PBing. I mean, we ended up getting it like 4 or 5 minutes a little bit below that, but that's like when it like PB stopped being like huge multi-minute like gains every time. It was always like less than a minute at a time improvement. Nope. I'd say that's probably like a good way to like measure it nowadays too, because like a newer runner who's like improving their time and learning this category isn't gonna use Lullaby Skip, so because a newer runner isn't gonna use Lullaby Skip, like the amount of times you can like, or the quality of time that you can expect as a newer runner is still about the same as it was before. Dang, I lost like a minute in this temple. I'm only 2 minutes ahead of PB now. Gotta practice Great Bay for sure.
Loggers, bro!
The part of the run I just did, too, is also the hardest part of the run. When you're on a good run that's on pace to PB, Conk, Great Bay Temple is by far the most stressful part of the run, because it's... While typically, like, the stress of a run builds up, like, the later in the run you go, even though it's not, like, the latest part of the run, it's the hardest part of the run. And so much time can be lost in Great Bay Temple in this category. It's by far the hardest temple in Glitchless. In contrast, like, Stone Tower isn't particularly challenging. Like, there's a room here and there that's kind of bad, but runs that die in Stone Tower Temple are usually just a choking, rather than like any sort of hard tricks or anything. There's like 1 or 2 rooms in Stone Tower that can like kind of mess you up a little bit, but usually not that much. didn't realize you changed your name. It's even possible that you told me once before, but I'm like really bad at remembering that sort of thing. Like, names are already a struggle for me. But I do remember that username. That's true, Poke. Okay, so now we need this and this. I don't do that anymore, Butter, because apparently the fast cutscene skip for, like, the roof, blowing up is banned, which makes that strat slower if you can't do the cutscene skip. It was already so close. Like, there was an argument that the way I just did it was, like, frames faster before, but now it's definitely faster. You need to get down from there, bud. You also need to slash me, like, a few more times. That was kind of slow. I should not have... Did I get the heart pea or the heart container after Georg? I definitely should not have done that. Why did I do that? Getting the heart container after Georg meant I had to take so much damage there. So don't do that next time. For sure. Hey, Zombie Slayer. Hey, Anime Game Kid. It is you who are feeble Pharaohs, not I. No, it makes the run slower. I actually need to do another death warp coming up. Thank you for the 100 bits though, Anime Game Kid.
Loggers, bro!
Ouch. PB is still possible, even with some of the really big mistakes I've made, because of some route changes. We can now do Glitchless Lullaby Skip in Glitchless, which saves 3 to 4 minutes. So we haven't quite got Glitchless back down to the level of optimization it was at before yet, because that's still like a newer development and fewer runs with that have been done. But we are working it back down. For context, I believe the record before Glitchless Lullaby Skip was like a mid 245 by Ragan, and right now the world record is a 243 by Ragan. So it's already 2 minutes shorter, but it can be lower. It can be lower. I mean, yeah, glitched categories already did Lullaby Skip with ISG before. Any percent back in 2015 until like 2018 did that. There's a keys coming for me. I am 99% sure this will push the switch when this cutscene is over. I'm 100% sure. Yeah, like with just ISG, you used to be able to do Lullaby Skip. You didn't need Goron or anything like that. It's been known about for a while, Open, but nobody did it. It was never even discussed about, like no one ever even thought to discuss, like, should it be allowed? Because nobody wanted to do it, and nobody did it. So it never came up in discussions, like, whether it should be allowed in Glitchless or not. People did think it was harder than it actually was, although to be fair, until people actually started attempting to use it in runs, like, the method that was being done was different, right? But then as soon as people started, like, trying to use it in runs, it's like, wait, we can do it differently using this method, and this one makes it much more reasonable. So Glitchless Lullaby Skip has actually been known about for a long time. I think the first documentation of Glitchless Lullaby Skip, wasn't it like Kita doing it tasked? I'm pretty sure Kita did it tasked years ago. Like, it's actually been known about for years. Any percent is pretty dead. Very few people run any percent nowadays, because any percent is literally just like all you do in any percent now is finish first cycle and then use arbitrary code execution to credits warp. That's all it is right now. It's like a 25-26 minute category. 24? 24 maybe. Yo, I miss Hyrulean Knight. He doesn't run anymore. I'm very sad. Other categories essentially serve the same purpose, Anime Game Kid. So, like, Ace is, like, just automatically banned in every category that is not any percent. So, any percent is the only category you can use it in. And there's still all dungeons, which is basically like it's basically like it's pretty similar to old any percent. It's not exactly the same because there's still like other new stuff. But the closest you're gonna get to any percent nowadays. Oops, I need to take 2 hits here. The closest you're gonna get to any percent nowadays is all dungeons. And then all masks has also gotten more popular as a result of like any percent basically becoming dead. Okay, I have 1 heart. Now my health is perfect. This is perfect health. I haven't looked at the leaderboard in a while, actually. I got removed as a mod on the leaderboard. I don't know why. I was doing, like, a lot of the work moderating that leaderboard, but... It might be because I don't stream enough. But I was still, like, silently approving runs and stuff. That's the thing. I was still doing that. So it was, like, weird to me that I got removed. Dude! I practiced this room a ton. And there was no problems. I hate this room. There we go. The bomb is supposed to blow them up like that. I mean, I don't even think I'm gonna ask to be a mod again, right? If I'm removed and they wanted to remove me, then whatever, man. I don't care that much. It was just weird. Like, I logged in one day to, like, check if any runs needed to be approved. Or, like, reviewed and whatnot. And I could not do that. So I'm like, okay. I mean, that was literally just it. I'm like, okay. I guess I don't do that anymore. True, Miriam. Yo, I'm pretty sure I'm still a mod on the meme category leaderboard, though. I still have... Oh, I'm supposed to get hit there. I instinctively shield it every time, man. Ah, it's too early. This is a slow death warp. It's really weird, because I think I got removed as a mod on speedrun.com because I asked to be unmodded in the Discord. I didn't want to be mod on the Discord anymore, and I think they just unmodded me on both after that. But, like, I didn't mind remaining a mod on speedrun.com. I just didn't want to be a mod of the Discord anymore. And I don't think I was a good mod in the Discord anyway, right? I did nothing as a mod of the Discord. I probably should not have been a mod as a Discord on the Discord. I actually asked to be a mod on the Discord because I thought I would do stuff, and then I just didn't. So because I didn't, I then asked not to be anymore. Because, you know, I'm not doing anything. Someone else would probably be a better mod than me. But I was doing things on speedrun.com. Come on. Wait, I forgot. This is the fastest magic drop. can't miss the arrow drop before... Or, no, I get it automatically anyway. I don't have to worry about missing it. What? Please recoil. Okay. Might have to figure out what just happened there. Why did that happen? Nice. Good. Yo, this category is actually sick, Ferris. Like, the only thing in it that keeps it from being, like, a beginner category now is, like, Lullaby Skip, and you should just not do Lullaby Skip. You know what I mean? Okay, 4 arrows. That is enough. And then I will completely refill on arrows after the fight. I think I need 3. The weight there was so that I could get the double hit. In order to get the double hit on Gomez, you need to wait for the keys to fly far enough away from Gomez that they cannot get back to Gomez in time to guard the weak spot before you can get 2 hits. Sure I get the arrows. Yep. Ow. Okay, and then you, and you. Oh my god. That might hit. Okay. I almost tried to... In my head, I was about to do an instant jump slash into Twin Mold loading zone, and I was gonna be really sad when I grabbed the ledge and the Jinx message popped up. Would have been tragic.
Hop, yup, including.
Yo, Outlander, thank you so much for the sub, man. Appreciate it very much. Alright, that was actually a really good first Twin Mold. Might get a good fight here if I can get the second one pretty quickly as well. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Aw, he didn't give me a long enough cycle to get 4. Those 3 shots were basically as fast as they could be. Okay, that was a perfect Twin Mold, other than the RNG element. I played it perfectly for the patterns I got. I'm pretty sure. I got 1 cycle blue and then 2 cycle red. That was really good. It's gonna be a hard split to beat.
Loggers, bro.
Alright, last split. How will we compare to my route PB right now? So my route PB at ending twin mold had a 2:35:38. So I am 2 minutes and 20 seconds ahead of it. That puts me on low 2:44 pace, which is a really good time before Lullaby Skip. So my PB is a 2:45 high, like 2:45:50 something. So I'm on almost 2-minute PB pace. I'm like 1.5 minutes, a little bit over. God, I mean, I guess the key to PBing is to just, like, take a 1-month break and actually not... I literally didn't turn my Wii on for a month, by the way. That's the secret! Don't play the game! This is low 2:44 pace spawn. Unless I make big mistakes in Majora, it should be a 2:44. I have a lot of time to lose before it's not a 2:44, I think. Huge plays, bananas. What is after this? I have nothing planned after this. I do have to do an impression. So at the very least, there will be an impression. Alright, Lou. I can do that. Want to race a bunch of Gorons? Not particularly. I mean, I'll do it, but... if I'm gonna race a bunch of Gorons, I need to be racing a couple of people who are also racing a bunch of Gorons. You know what I mean, Butter? I really like that magic drop is a crucial part of the run. I really don't know why. There's like nothing particularly significant about that magic drop. I like it. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know how to explain it. Oh, it's just floating there. That magic drop is actually important, though. The reason, like, you could also get the magic drop that's literally in the Majora boss room. The reason you do not get the magic drop that's in the Majora boss room is you actually want to enter the Majora fight with not full magic. And so now I'm full magic now. You want to be just short of full magic, right? So I was at, like, half magic, and that's not enough. But now I'm at full magic, and I have to Goron roll to the tree on the moon when we get there. So I'm going to use a little bit of it. And it actually makes your magic perfect. It's genius. I love it. Compared to the last run, by the way, the run that I did that died before this one, I think that one got, like, what, a 106 goats remain? So this run is 9 minutes better than that one, just by virtue of the Lullaby Skip being not completely awful. I have to practice my Lullaby Skip, though. I'm capable of a fast one, but I'm not consistent. Not in the slightest. I've heard about that before, but I've never really read into, like, that sort of thing. Like, I actually don't know how effective it is and, like, what the ideal amount of off time is, right? I know... Because I do know that taking breaks is useful for breaking bad habits, viewing problems and situations differently than you were before, or kind of breaking out of, like, your established thought processes that, like, prevent you from learning new things. And then, I don't know. Have there been studies done on this? Kinda curious. See, so we spike roll, alright, and now I'm just short of max magic, which is ideal for the fight. Right? Having full magic is actually bad because by the end of the mask phase, you want to be almost out. But if your magic is full, you have too much. Wait, I'm supposed to be Zora already? I'm trolling a little bit? Hopefully he doesn't get away from me. He might. Please don't get away. Nice. He was kind to me. Because I actually messed up the opening of that fight. I'm not using the bombs. Alright, I need to practice this fight so that I use the bombs. I don't use the bombs because it's just not in muscle memory. But the bomb strat is slightly faster. Uh-oh. Okay, this is how we kill him. Alright, so we're basically out of magic and exiting the mask phase, and now the goal is to use the last little bit of magic to try and hit him at the start here. And then after that, whether it succeeds or fails, because it's random, we're out of magic and fire regular arrows without having to re-equip. And then I do... I didn't drop a bomb again? Alright. Well, this is a really bad incarnation. Yeah, this is looking like a 244. Maybe if my incarnation was, like, fast and immediate, it could have been a 243, but that was a really, really bad incarnation. I messed that, and it was, like, partially my fault, too. It wasn't just random. $244.19. That is a real PB. Not just a route PB, but a real PB by a minute and a half. World record, not quite. So the actual world record is what? Let me grab it real quick. World record is 2:42.16, so I need to cut 2 minutes off the run I just did. That is not in the slightest impossible. This run was my first complete run in over a month. I think we can cut 2 minutes off. Okay. I think the goal is going to be sub 240. We're going to be looking to get a sub 240 for sure. Right? The world record's at 242. This category can probably go to sub 240 though. After I'm done with Glitchless Stellarii. I think I'm doing 100% Glitchless next. Do you want any, like, details beyond that, Lou? Like, what are we talking about? Like, do you want, like, a genre, or do you just mean in general? For me? I mean, there's a lot of games that fulfill that criteria. A lot of, like, the more chill, like, non-crazy platformers are like that. JRPGs are like that, because you don't need to be, like, the most alert, because it's not, like, reaction times, but you still do have to think. So I like JRPGs for that sort of thing. Pretty much most of, like, action RPGs, not as much, but, like, more turn-based ones, or slower ones that are in their combat. Thanks, Sample. And your opinion about JRPGs is bad, and you are bad. Oh my... Alright. So, Merm, you are going to have mod for the next 1 minute, and for the next 1 minute, Sample is not going to have mod. Do with that what you will. You have 1 minute. Wait, Ferris, you denied Merm the ability. Thanks, Bond. Almost the first run, alright? The first one that died before this one at Epona doesn't count. We don't count that one. Thanks, Flag. I got a real PB as well. Some might just refer to that simply as a PB. So yeah, for sure the goal is going to be sub 240. 2 more minutes for world record, but another 2 minutes beyond that for a sub 240. I think that's doable. I made a couple mistakes. The Lullaby Skip wasn't perfect in this run. What try bombs did I get? I got second try bombs, so there's a little bit of time saved there. Palace was okay. Great Bay Temple I lost like a minute. Like a minute can be saved just in Great Bay Temple. Everything else wasn't good though. There was like some stuff where like no major errors occurred, but like movement was bad, or I was slow, or I like wasted time on equips and How did Snowhead go? Wasn't Snowhead slow? I think Snowhead was slow. Snowhead was slow. Wait a minute, because I had crit health. Fire arrow split was slow. Yo, Assassin, thank you so much for the 55-month resub. That is a lot of months. I do have an impression to do, and I have to do it while wearing the hat. While holding... What's that one's name again? There's like... Is it... There's Hat Trem, which I think is the mid-evolution, but that one's the base evolution. What's that one called? It's like... So it's Hatena, Hat Trem, and then what's the... Hatena, Hat Trem, and then something else with hat. Hatterem. Okay. God dang. I do have to do the Pokemon impression. God, if I do it now, it's gonna be in the YouTube video. Do I really want to preserve this in the YouTube video? I'm gonna scare away everyone that watches YouTube. Wait, how am I gonna listen to this with my headset on while wearing the hat? The hat is like, it's super. It's a little fluffy. All right, it's gonna get in the way. So which one did you want? Which one was it again, Lou? Was it Hatena, Hatrem, or Hatterem? Hatrem. Is there a video of this already? Can I find one of just Hatrem? Not at the moment, Elderface, but I'm gonna be streaming more often. I can say that. I don't know exactly. I can't find just the Hatrem Pokemon cry. I can't find it. Has anyone done this for Gen 8? I actually can't find it. I mean, I found a video of Pokemon Generation 8 cries, but it's only 2 minutes. It can't be all of them, can it? Oh, it actually just is all of them. Let me find it. I'm looking. I couldn't find just a single video, but I'm sure. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So that's Hatena, that's Hatrem, and that's Hatterem. That's like whistling! That's like whistling! I can't do this because I can't whistle! The best sound to make for these would be a whistle, I think. Whistle streamers now, no. No. I'm not ready, alright? I'm still recovering from finger snap stream. I don't even know how to make this sound without being able to whistle. That's bolty, guys. What? How do you do that without being able to whistle? Okay, I'm trying to whistle. I can't. I'm not just gonna magically do it, I think. I'm like reading what Open wrote. I'm trying to do that. Alright. So I gotta hold Hatena with me here. Alright. Let me get the hat. Alright, how's the hat?